Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel. This is Miss May. On my channel I do a variety of lifestyle videos and food review haul videos. Today's video is going to be a special haul videos, but after we got back from New York, my husband actually went to Houston and he went to Hmart and my favorite bakery store, 85 Degrees C, and bought me so many items. So in today's video we're going to check out and haul all of the items and maybe do some taste tests. Before we start, don't forget to like and subscribe and ring the notification bell. And without further ado, let's get into today's haul. First, avocado oil. You can buy these from Costco as well. It's just like this one. It's just the package looks so great and we are running out of our avocado oil. There are different types of oil. There's canola oil, like olive oil, avocado oil, sunflower oil, but not all vegetable oils are made the same. Well, technically avocado is a fruit, so this is a fruit oil, but try to use olive oil and avocado oil in your cooking instead of canola oil and sunflower oil. Like, these are way healthier than canola oil. So yeah, the first thing first, highly recommend avocado oil. Oh, these are so good. These are from the brand Wang, Korea. We've bought so many things from this brand. Like, basically if you buy enough things from different Asian brands, you would notice that, like, hey, things like certain things are coming from the same brand and start to recognize them. So this is a Korean barbecue sauce. Ta-da! And this can be used for pork or chicken to marinate. Actually, you can use it for beef. Aunt-in-law, she actually makes really good like Korean barbecue beef ribs, and what she does is that she uses these sauce to marinate the ribs and then she barbecues them and it tastes so good. What I love about this sauce is that it's slightly spicy, it's slightly sweetened. Actually, it's really sweet. It's really sweet, it's a little bit spicy, it's quite salty as well, but I just love that sweet and spicy flavor, and I really like the Korean bulgogis and things like that. So highly recommend if you're looking for like a barbecue sauce but you're kind of like a little bit tired of the traditional Texas barbecue sauce, get this one because I really love that. The premium oyster sauce. So oyster sauce can be used to cook lettuce. So lettuce with oyster sauce is actually a thing in China. It's usually the dish or the first dish that like we learn how to cook like when we were kids, because like, you know, it's too complicated to cook meat and sometimes it's undercooked and stuff. So we learned that like lettuce, you can eat them raw anyways, and then oyster sauce is just so easy to cook with. So basically lettuce with oyster sauce is like a famous dish. And then after I started to learn how to put chicken in there or meatballs in there, and it's just amazing. If you don't like cooked lettuce, of course you can use like other cabbage and stuff. And I highly recommend this brand when it comes to the traditional Chinese sauce. This is the brand Li Jinji. This is like the brand that I bought when I was in China. This is the brand that my mom used to use. Well, she's still in China, so like get this brand. It's like one of the brands that's like lasted for decades, and then we've been using these for generations. It just tastes right. Like, I don't know if it's like the official right, but like when you're so used to certain flavors, like you have to commit to the brand because it just tastes right. It tastes like childhood. Drink item, and this is 120 days blueberry. And interesting. So this is a blueberry drink. It does contain a lot of sugar, 25 grams of sugar. So it's not like, I thought my husband would buy me like sugar-free tea, but instead he bought himself a juice item. But you know what? I'm a little bit curious as well, and it's so fancy. It's from Korea, so let's try this then. I know I was trying to eat low-carb diet and my husband bought a lot of carbs, but you know what? I still have that New York food high, and I've been a little bit giving up because I ate so many unhealthy food in New York and it tasted so good. Cheers. It looks like a wine. It smells like wine. It's really good. I don't know how much juice it actually contains. This is from the brand Unjin, and I'm pretty sure I saw this brand somewhere else. I can't remember if I saw this in China. It tastes so good. My husband is gonna like this. It's sour, a little bit tart, but it's not too sour or too tart. It's not too sweet. It has this balanced flavor of sweet and tartness. It's really good. This item, not healthy, too much sugar, but tastes good. So I'm just gonna like drink a little bit. If you like blueberry or if you like anything like cherry juice, I think you will like this one. We got some snacks. Well, I told him to buy this particular potato chips because it tasted so good. Oh, I first knew about this potato chips from some like vlogs. I think it's either like a Chinese blogger blogging like her haul in California, or it could be like, I think it's Phone Bros trying potato chips in Hmart or something. But like both me and my husband saw this in different outlets, I think. But you have to try this. Like if you have an Asian grocery store close to you, I'm pretty sure they'll have this because this is one of the best sellers for a year. This is from the brand Haitai, and this is with real honey butter potato chips. These are so good. You have to try them. If you watch my other hauls from Hmart, you would know like I buy these religiously, but I only buy 2 bags each time because they're not healthy. They're potato chips. You shouldn't be eating those. But you know, I want to live healthy, but I also want to live happy. So what it tastes like, it tastes just like the name. It tastes like honey butter flavored potato chips with salt. It's a little bit salty. It kind of tastes similar to the original flavor of potato chips, but on top of that, there's this honey flavor. It almost tastes like maple syrup. And on top of that, it also tastes like butter. It has this, when you open this bag, all you smell is butter, and then when you taste it, it's sweet and savory. It's so good. And the potato chips, they're cut very thin, so they're lighter than the air. Super good. Highly recommend. Not healthy, but if you're gonna eat some bad food on your cheat day, if you're gonna snack, eat this one. Only bought 2 bags because this is my limit. I can do with 2 bags, but not more. It's too much cheating on my diet. Spicy salted egg potato chips. Ta-da! Ooh, spicy salted egg potato chips. I've never tried this item before. Ooh, it says hot boom. It's from the brand IRVINS. Ooh, I kind of want to try it. It says dangerously addictive. I've never tried this before. Ooh, salted egg. Let's open this. This is what it looks like. It kind of smells like, it kind of smells very salty. Oh, it's inspired by this like salty egg from the seafood restaurants. So basically they're like salted egg dishes. They're a little bit marinated. It's kind of like old egg type of smell, but I really like it. It's called 咸鸭蛋. It's made with duck eggs, and it's like salty on the egg whites, and it's not completely running, but like it's marinated salty egg yolk. It's so good. I love the salted eggs, but it depends on the individual. Some people may not like it, some people do. It's kind of marinated egg. It kind of smells like this. I would say it smells like that. And it's just like potato chips. Let's try it. It's so good. And it's spicy. Yum. It's definitely spicy. On the spicy level 1 to 5, this is level 3. It's on the spicier side. It's medium to high level spicy. And it tastes just like the salted egg yolk. Yo, this is so good. Like, okay, if you haven't tried the salted egg, then this may be kind of risky because you may or may not like it. I know a lot of my husband's family, they don't like it because they're not used to it. But it's so good. Like, I love it. So how we do it is like in China, we will make the rice soup. It's not congee. Congee kind of has like made with chicken broth or something. We just make plain rice water or rice soup, and we put some like salted eggs in the rice soup as like breakfast. So it has like salted flavor. It has some protein from the egg, and you have some carbs from the congee, the plain congee. It's so good. Okay, I just found my new favorite. I would say this item is even more addictive than the honey butter potato chips because these are salty. The only thing is, it's quite spicy. I think it's getting to me right now. I don't think I'll be eating this nonstop because like I'll be eating some chips and then got a little bit spicy. It's to my throat. It's easier for me to stop, but it's so good. Next time we'll buy two packs. The taste of hometown. Oh, Somocorn. This is like a corn pop type of snack. It is not fried, but it has 15 grams of sugar. I would say this looks like a really sweet snack. When we try it, we'll insert a clip. All right, guys, now let's try the Somocorn. This is actually a sweet snack. It's kind of like a corn puff, but it's like coated with like sweet syrup. It's not too sweet, to be honest. It's just slightly sweetened. What it looks like, it's really puffy. This is what's inside. It's like lighter than the air, slightly sweetened on the outside, really puffy on the inside. I think this one you can easily overeat, but it tastes pretty good. So I do recommend this. It actually tastes good. It's like a sweet snack, not so much of a salty snack. We got a Spam, but this is not the Spam that... This is not the traditional brand for Spam, but he really likes musubi, so I guess he wants to make musubi at home with all the seaweed and stuff. We'll see. And then we got another seaweed, and this is roasted seaweed with green tea. It's basically seaweed with a little bit of like that oil, sesame, and like to just like make it like more tasty, and it has a hint of green tea, like refreshing flavor at the end. So as you can tell, I love seaweed. Got a popping corn chips. These are corn chips. These are just like, it tastes like corn but made with chips. It's really good. It's a little bit better than the tortilla chips because it has this sweet and spicy flavor. Like, I don't know if you guys have had like miao cui jiao or something. They're pretty good, and also they're a little bit lower in terms of the fat because they're not like potato chips that are deep fried. They're just like processed food. So yeah, those are corn chips. I like those, and it depends on the flavor with these different texture, and it's like it's done differently. It's not deep fried. So moving on, let's talk about some healthy snacks. I always try to get seaweed every time I go to an Asian grocery store because I just feel like seaweed are way healthier than those potato chips because these are not deeply fried, and they're actually like iodine and other nutrients inside of seaweed. So these are 12-pack of seaweed, and it's from the brand Kocha Kim. They're usually different flavors when it comes to seaweed, but this one I think is just the original flavor. My favorite seaweed is like teriyaki flavor and wasabi flavor. If you look at like this, there are 40 servings per container. The big container, each serving is like 10. We got a royal milk tea. Ta-da! These are pretty good, but it doesn't have boba at the end. If you want like boba tea that has boba inside, these are not those. These are just like normal milk tea. And then we got this dream cake. This is from the brand Lotte. So Lotte is a big Korean brand. They also have a hotel. So when it comes to these like moon cake stuff, these are not moon cakes. How do you say this? Moon pies? No, they're two different brands. One is Lotte and the other one is Orion. So I grew up with Orion, and then Lotte went into China. So they have different flavors. They have matcha flavor, chocolate tiramisu flavor, and they have this cream cake flavor. So I love the ones that with like chocolate on the outside and some sort of cream filling in the inside, because I just love that chocolate flavor, and I really like the cream in the inside. I like these. They're not healthy. I used to eat them as breakfast growing up. They're not healthy breakfast. Don't eat them as breakfast, but they're really good as like a dessert item. And each min pie I think is like each cake is like 170 calories. I think as a dessert item it's okay. It has 16 grams of carbs. It's not too high. It's pretty sweet, but not as breakfast. Don't eat sugar as breakfast. Alright guys, when it comes to the choco pie, I really like this brand. This is from the brand Orion. So like basically these are very similar. There's so many different flavors, and there are two major brands. The first one is the Orion, the other one is Lotte. I would say both of them are really good, but I'm more used to the Orion. I feel like if it's the first time you're trying this, I recommend this brand just because I feel like I like the cream inside. It's kind of like a marshmallow filling versus this one. I think this is the cream cake. It's like the French cream in the... Here we go. This is what it looks like. This is the one from Lotte. There we go. From this haul. Let's just open this. There you go. This is what it looks like. As you can tell, like as I was opening this, it was really, how do you say it, creamy. It's not like, there's no marshmallow texture in the middle. It's not sticky in the middle. But overall, like I felt like they give you less chocolate a little bit, but I do like the cream. I think maybe people will have different preference. Maybe some people will prefer the Lotte one than the Oreo one. You can see the chocolate is melting, but this is what it looks like. It's really good. I felt like this one, the chocolate is a little bit more bitter compared to the Oreo one. The Oreo one, the filling is different, and I felt like the chocolate is a little bit different. It kind of looks the same, even like maybe less fancy, but let's open this one. Okay, here we go. As you can tell, see the middle, it's kind of like, ooh, it's kind of like this, like very marshmallowy texture. I don't know if you guys can see. Ooh. Can you guys see? It's so different. The filling is so different. And see, it's a little bit more like crumbly. I think the outside chocolate layer is a little bit sweeter too. So the texture is definitely different and it tastes a little bit different too. I personally prefer the Orion, but both of them are really good. But it depends on which one you prefer. Like some people actually prefer the Lotte. Like it's very, very different depending on the individuals. But since I grew up with Orion first and then until teenager years, I have the access to the Lotte. So I'm personally like more used to the Orion. More snacks. This is rice crackers. Rice crackers are basically made with rice flour and it has this soy flavor, which is pretty good. They're different brands. He bought me the Bing Bing one, which is okay. I actually have more preferred brand, but he doesn't speak Chinese, so he doesn't understand. And then he also got us a milk tea, like a package, and like then you can make milk tea at home. I would say like usually the tea flavor in this package are not super good, so I will actually make some English breakfast or Earl Grey tea myself from the tea bag and then put some of these like seasoning to just like enhance the flavor a little bit or make it sweeter. But just the tea on its own, it's like okay. I prefer my milk tea to be more tea-y, so I use real tea bags from the Tazo brand and then I just combine them together. Alright guys, now let's try out this milk tea. I already boiled some water and here's the cup. We're gonna try the milk tea on its own today just to give you guys an honest review. There are 20 bags of milk teas in here. It's individually packaged and it said it's English style. Add in some water. I think that's enough water. Usually if I put extra milk and extra tea bag, I will put more water. But for the sake of just using the powder, if you put too much water, it will just dilute it. So now let's stir it. And now let's try this. Cheers. Ooh, it's kind of hot. I don't want to burn myself. I would say this is definitely not sweet. The tea flavor is not strong at all. It's very, very subtle. I will give this milk tea powder maybe 6 out of 10. This is okay, but I've had better when it comes to the milk tea powder because I don't think I put too much water, but it feels like, it tastes like very bland. The correct flavor, it's something that I'm expecting, it's the flavor that I know like it should taste like, so that's good, but I would say it tastes kind of a little bit too bland. Right here it says per package is 90 calories with 9 grams of sugar, and I think that's not bad at all because a lot of the milk tea powder that I bought from the store, they have like 12 to 15 grams of sugar, so this is definitely less sweet than a lot of other brands out there. But I would just say like there's not a lot of tea flavor either. I would expect like a stronger tea flavor, even if it's not sweet. It does taste pretty creamy and it's the correct flavor, but it's just a little bit bland. But don't worry, just because this particular milk tea powder doesn't have a lot of tea flavor doesn't mean that like it's not good, because you can always add more tea. So I got this Earl Grey Tazo tea from our grocery store, and I used to use the Tazo English breakfast, but recently I've been loving the Earl Grey milk tea. Probably you put the tea bag at the beginning because right now it's already like less warm. They put in a little bit more water, and if you like it to be more milky or creamy, you can put a little bit of heavy cream or some like milk foam. So now let's just wait for a few seconds for the tea to brew a little bit. I can tell from my end this color of the liquid is getting darker, so that means like this tea bag is brewing. It was like a more lighter color and now it's more darker color, so I can tell that this is brewing. All right, now let's cheers one more time. Yeah, it tastes way better. It tastes way better. If you don't like Earl Grey, you can get the English breakfast tea from Tazo. I really like the brand. So overall, I think if these two combine, it's the perfect flavor because it's a little bit sweet. It has, you know, 9 grams of sugar and it has a little bit of creamer. And if you want, you can put more heavy creamer like hot milk or milk foam, but overall I think now the tea flavor is really good. It's starting to taste like the boba tea shop. Overall, I think this item is pretty good. I would give this item on its own 6 out of 10. It's not my favorite tea powder, but it's definitely really workable. But overall, this is really good after I tailored it. Yeah, so it's semi-a-success. He got us those like oyster mushrooms. Yay! These are the king oyster mushrooms. These are super healthy. It has like so much nutrients in these mushrooms, and you can saute them or you can just cut them, like slice them into soup. And also got some seafood mushrooms. So these are really good for like a mushroom soup. And you can buy any soup base or just make a chicken broth or like beef broth and put those soup in there and put some fish balls or meatballs, or like it's just a really good item to get. My husband loved those wood ear fungi more. Those are really good. You can also buy the dry ones and soak them into water for an hour. Usually it will just expand. That's how I do it, or how we do it back in China. But I think a lot of people are confused how they do it here. So they actually have those packaged ones so you don't have to soak into water yourself, which I think is more convenient, especially if you're busy. We got some more seafood mushrooms and enoki mushrooms. The enoki mushrooms is like full of fiber. It's really good like if you're on a diet. These are really filling. Like when you eat it, it feels like you're eating noodles. They're kind of chewy, but afterwards, like the next day, you're just gonna see them tomorrow when you go to the bathroom. So it's really high in fiber and very filling as well. So we got 2 of these enoki mushrooms. He said he spent $120 at Hmart. So these are our grocery for the week. We probably won't go to like Costco this week. Some bok choy. So remember we bought some oyster sauce, and you can also use Hoisin sauce or teriyaki sauce, like whatever sauce you like, and you can just put the bok choy into the saute pan and use the sauce to saute them. If it gets too dry, you can put a little bit of water to dilute the sauce and just like make it less dry. I really like the bok choy. And also my husband figured out this way to grill bok choy on the outside grill, and I was so suspicious at first, but actually ended up pretty good. It tasted really good because they're like more crunchy on the grill. So either way, like if you buy some sauce like oyster sauce or other sauce, like it's really good combination. Previously in my channel, I think I shared a recipe with making the bibigo mini wontons. I made some like mini wonton soup, and a lot of people ask me like, what is the vegetable you put into your wonton soup? I mainly put the enoki mushrooms like these, and also cut up some like sliced some like napa cabbage. Those are really good when you make like wonton soup or noodle soup together. It adds nutrients, it adds fiber, it just like overall adds a lot of flavor as well. Alrighty, that's it for today's huge haul from Houston from Hmart, and I hope you enjoyed today's video hauling and taste testing those great Asian items. I know this is not like a healthy grocery haul, but I try to eat healthy, but at the same time, I also want to live happily, so we just need to find that neutral balance of healthy and tasty and happy. Alright, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and before you go, don't forget to like and subscribe and check out my other Costco hauls, Sam's Club hauls, other Asian food hauls, and the food review videos and vlog videos, other lifestyle content in my channel. Thank you so much, and I will see you in my next video. Subscribe, ring the bell.